Eric Bloodaxe, a name synonymous with Viking aggression and ambition, remains a captivating figure in history. Known for his brutal reputation and turbulent reign, he has secured a place in the annals of Viking lore. He was a fierce warrior, a ruthless conqueror, and, for a time, a powerful king in the British Isles. He lived during the 10th century, a period of intense Viking expansion and conflict. This is the story of a Viking warrior king. His story is not one of simple conquest and comfortable rule. His life was a whirlwind of battles, alliances, betrayals, and short-lived victories. He was constantly challenged, both by enemies who sought to overthrow him and by his own kin who craved power. His story is a window into the chaotic world of the Viking Age, where loyalty was fleeting and survival depended on strength and cunning. The sagas and chronicles that tell of his deeds are filled with violence and intrigue, painting a vivid picture of this legendary Viking ruler. Eric Bloodaxe was the son of Harald Fairhair, the first king to unite Norway under his rule. Harald, a figure of immense power and ambition, had many sons, and Eric was among them. Born into a royal lineage, Eric was destined for a life intertwined with power, conflict, and the pursuit of glory. From a young age, he would have been trained in the arts of war, learning to wield the weapons and tactics that defined Viking warfare. Growing up in his father's court, Eric would have witnessed firsthand the complexities of power, the constant struggle to maintain control, and the ambition that drove men to great lengths. His father's saga tells of Eric's ruthlessness and his desire to prove himself worthy of his lineage. It is said that he embarked on Viking raids from a young age, amassing wealth and earning a reputation as a fearsome warrior. These early experiences shaped Eric, forging him into the formidable Viking leader he would become. Eric's path led him across the North Sea to the British Isles, a region long intertwined with Viking raids and settlements. He focused his ambitions on Northumbria, a kingdom in the northeast of England, a region rich in resources and strategically important. In the early 10th century, Northumbria was a fractured kingdom, weakened by internal strife and vulnerable to Viking raids. Eric's arrival in Northumbria was marked by violence and upheaval. He seized control of York, the ancient city that served as Northumbria's most important centre. Eric's reign in Northumbria was a tumultuous one, marked by constant conflict and instability. He faced rebellions from within his own ranks and attacks from rival Viking warlords. His hold on power was precarious, and he ruled with an iron fist, always wary of threats to his authority. Eric Bloodaxe's reign in Northumbria was a constant struggle for survival. The Battle of Stainmore in 954 AD was a decisive defeat for Eric Bloodaxe. Despite his defeat, Eric Bloodaxe's reputation as a fierce warrior solidified his place in Viking lore. His impact on northern England was significant, leaving a lasting mark on the political landscape. Eric Bloodaxe met his end in 954 AD at the Battle of Stainmore. After years of fighting to maintain his grip on Northumbria, he was betrayed by his own people and cut down by the forces of King Edred. The circumstances of his death, shrouded in the mists of time, are as dramatic and violent as the life he lived. Some accounts tell of Eric surrounded by enemies, fighting with unmatched ferocity until his last breath. His death marked the end of Viking rule in Northumbria, but it did not erase his impact. Eric Bloodaxe's reign, though turbulent and short-lived, had significant consequences for the region. His constant warfare and shifting alliances contributed to the instability of Northumbria, leaving it vulnerable to further conflict and conquest. Despite his brutal reputation, Eric is also remembered for his patronage of the arts and his role in fostering cultural exchange between Vikings and Anglo-Saxons. Eric Bloodaxe's legacy of a Viking ruler. Eric Bloodaxe remains a captivating figure in history, a symbol of the Viking Age's violence and ambition, a ruthless warrior king who fought fiercely for power. His story, passed down through generations, continues to fascinate and inspire. Eric's legacy is complex, a skilled ruler who brought stability to Northumbria. He embraced Scandinavian heritage and influenced Anglo-Saxon culture. A reminder of the interconnectedness of the Viking Age, the legend of Eric Bloodaxe lives on.